I'm Kelly Kessner here with another session of Investors Watchdog University. I'm here with Pat Huddleston, the founder of Investors Watchdog, and today our topic is a sales tactic that Pat likes to call the test drive. What is the test drive,
Well, it's
Pat?
absolutely deadly. It's the thing that pulls most people who are reluctant at the outset into a Ponzi scheme.
So is this a sales tactic that's specific to Ponzi schemes?
Yeah, well, you see them most of the time in connection with Ponzi schemes. I imagine you could probably jury rig it to fit in another sales context, but the point of it is that you've got somebody who's reluctant to believe that this thing is legitimate. What you tell them is if you're the salesperson, what you tell them is, hey, look, I can understand you don't want to put a big chunk of money in this. Give me $5,000, $10,000, and let's see if it works. You can test it out, see it for yourself. Take it for a spin, if you, as it were. And so what happens is you're going to give them the $10,000, and then you're going to count off 30 days on the calendar because that's when your first check is supposed to arrive. And lo and behold, it's going to be there in the mail just as promised. And the next 30 days, and the next 30 days.
And now you're convinced.
You're convinced because you think you've seen it with your own eyes, right? And so now you're kicking yourself for not putting $200,000 in instead of $10,000.
And you usually end up giving the advisor more.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because you've imagined what you could be earning.
And then at the end, this turns out to be a Ponzi scheme.
It turns out to have been your money. That $200 was either your money or it was another investor's principal. There wasn't any profit generating engine.
So what happens at that point? How do you get alerted that you're in the middle of the Ponzi scheme?
Oh my goodness, usually the SEC comes in to shut it down. And what's really so tragic is people usually think in that scenario, the test drive is so powerful, the illusion is so powerful, that when the SEC comes in and shuts it down, I've had people say, well, they'll just be in there 2-3 days, they'll realize it's all legitimate, and then they'll leave, and we'll keep getting our checks. That's how powerful the illusion is. But no, folks, if the SEC goes in to shut down a company, the chances of it being legitimate and all being a big mistake are I can't say that, are really small.
So tell people how to avoid a test drive.
Don't take it. Bottom line, you should have done your pre-investment investigation before you put your money in anything. And I don't care if we're talking about $100 or $10,000 or $100,000. So just don't accept the invitation to take the drive. You're not putting any of your money in anything unless you've done the kind of pre-investment investigation that we're going to teach you how to do during this series.
And that's all for our class this week. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Class dismissed.